Welcome to the session on Objectives of India's Planning Process from the unit Developmental Plans. I'm Tejinder Khosla and I've been teaching economics for more than 30 years. I was heading the economics department at a leading institution in Delhi NCR. In this session, we will be discussing the long-term objectives of the planning process, namely economic growth, modernization, self-reliance, and social justice or equity. Let's begin with the first important objective of India's planning process, namely economic growth. Economic growth refers to an increase in the country's capacity to produce goods and services, and an important indicator of economic growth is a steady rise in the gross domestic product of that country. Now, an increase in gross domestic product or GDP can be brought about by an increased production in all the sectors of the economy. High rate of growth of GDP has been a priority of the Indian planners after independence because it has various benefits. For example, it leads to an improvement in the living standards of the people, higher income levels, better access to good education and healthcare facilities, and all these things will help in increasing the production levels further. It's important to note that though India's GDP or national income has been rising over the planned periods, but a high rate of growth of population has hindered the rate of growth of per capita income in the country. Second important objective of India's planning process is modernization. Modernization refers to introduction of state-of-art technology, that is, use of latest equipment and machinery in the production of goods and services. It also encourages diversification in the types of commodities produced, where consumers have a wide variety of products that are available to them and they can choose any of the products according to their needs, tastes, and preferences. So, modernization not only helps in increasing the production levels, but it also helps in improving the quality of products and in minimizing the resource cost by their efficient utilization. The second important aspect of modernization is a change in the social outlook, which involves transformation of a rigid caste to a modern mobile caste, and occupations being determined by worth and not by birth. Change in social outlook also involves recognizing that women have the same rights as men. Thus, modernization has two aspects. The economic aspect is about introduction of the state-of-art technology, and the social aspect is about changing the social outlook of the people. This brings us to the next objective of India's planning process, namely self-reliance. It's rightly said that political independence is incomplete without economic independence, and self-reliance talks of economic independence and emphasizes on reduction of dependence on foreign countries. So every nation should promote its economic growth and modernization by using its own resources. It also implies avoiding unnecessary imports, that is, imports of those goods which could be produced within the country itself. No country can have zero imports, and foreign trade is an important aspect of every country and their interdependence. But what needs to be avoided is the unnecessary non-developmental imports. That's important to remember. Another important thing that you should remember is that normal inflow of foreign capital in terms of foreign direct investments or foreign institutional investments are compatible with the objective of self-reliance, and they might continue. What we need to reduce and ultimately eliminate is the reliance on special forms of external assistance, which we call loans. Loans are generally in the form of tied loans, where there are various riders or terms and conditions that are imposed by the lending country on the borrowing country, and that might lead to interference in internal affairs of the borrowing country, and can make borrowing countries' sovereignty vulnerable to foreign interference in the policies. Thus, self-reliance implies use of its own resources for economic growth and modernization, and reducing the dependence on imports and on loans from foreign countries. The last and the most important objective of India's planning process is equity or social justice. This refers to the benefits of economic growth percolating down to all the sections of the society. The poorest of the poor should also benefit from economic growth. So various elements of equity are: first, every person should be able to meet his basic needs. Second, reduction in the inequalities of income and wealth. Third, achieving regional balance by prioritizing the development of the backward regions of the country. Avoiding concentration of economic power in few hands. This refers to controlling the monopolistic tendencies of the large industrial houses so that smaller industrialists can also benefit. A special care of backward classes and disadvantaged sections is the next element of equity. Raising the living standards of the people in the backward areas is the last element of equity. Now we have to understand that the objectives of growth, modernization, and self-reliance may not improve the quality of life in the absence of equity. And now a quick recap of objectives of India's planning process. First, economic growth, which implies increase in the production levels, which can be brought about by increasing the national income or GDP of the country. It will further increase the per capita income and will lead to economic growth, which will ultimately lead to improvement in the living standards. Second is modernization, which has two aspects: the economic aspect, where we talk of increase in the quantity and quality of goods, and of diversification of goods and wider variety of goods being available to the consumers. And the social aspect, where we talk of a modern mindset and also of women empowerment. Self-reliance talks of reducing imports and reducing loans. In other words, every country should use its own resources to achieve economic growth, and there has to be a reduction in dependence on other countries. Social justice or equity talks of benefits of economic growth being reaped by all sections of the society. The weaker sections or the poorer sections should be a part of economic growth and reap its benefits. And it also talks of reducing inequalities, increasing regional balance, increasing the living standards, taking care of backward classes, and avoiding concentration of economic power in few hands. Now let's discuss some sample questions. Question 1. The main objective of India's planning process is economic growth with social justice. Explain. This question can come for 6 marks. So, the value points will be that first we explain the objective of economic growth, which will carry 2 marks. Then we explain the objective of social justice, which carries 2 marks. And then we try and establish the link between the two, which carries 2 marks. Now, the link between the two would imply that we talk about the benefits of economic growth being reaped by all the sections of the society. No one should be left out, especially the poorer sections. So establish a link because that will carry 2 marks and that will make it a total of 6 marks. The next question is a similar one. Explain the objective of economic growth with modernization. Now this can come for 4 marks. It can also come for 6 marks as question number 1. In both the questions, we have tried to establish a link between two objectives. So here we talk of economic growth and modernization. Again, the value points are: we explain the objective of economic growth, that will carry 1.5 marks. Then we explain the objective of modernization, which carries 1.5 marks again. And finally, we establish a link between the two, where we talk of how modernization and use of state-of-art technology and a changed social outlook will help in bringing about economic growth. Hope you found this session useful. If you have any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below. In case you found the video helpful, remember to press the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel for more economics concepts and tutorials.